Alright, so this is part 2 of our lesson, and what I want to do is show you basically how to just do the gumball part, and I've already designed it on screen, and what I'd like you to realize is that every single thing I put on there is a layer. Alright, so every step of the way you're going to be doing every part as a layer. So I'll just show you each part. There's the circle. You can draw this, get a picture off the internet, whatever you want to do. The base is a layer. That's all separate also. Each little gumball that you put that you're going to move. Now, if there's ones you're not going to move, they don't have to become separate layers. But these two that I put in here, they're all separate layers. So I have a gray colored gum and a red one. Okay, they're all in separate layers. I also made a layer for a button. I thought some of you might want to have it so that when you press a button, one of the gum fall. You could have them all fall at the same time too. It's up to you. And then I have a layer called actions, which is the trick that I'm going to use to make the button just make one piece of gum fall and then another one. Okay? So what you do when you draw your separate bits and pieces, like I told you, everything has to be a separate layer, is now you're ready to animate. So let's take a look at the gray one for a second. So the gray one, I'm going to do it kind of in a stupid way, which is not going to be great, but I'll still give you a decent mark for it. I'm just going to have it come straight down. All right, doesn't follow any path or anything. So what I basically did is I said the gum starts there, and then it ends there. Okay? Now, the second way is better. The second way, you have to use that thing we did before called guide layers. So what you do is you have your second gum, which is the red one right there, and then you basically, there's two ways to do it. You can right-click on it and pick Classic Motion Guide, or you can make another layer. I like to just basically right-click on it and pick Add Classic Motion Guide. Now when you do that, it makes this little thing up here, right above it. So see the word red? Right above it is the guide. Now on the guide layer, what I did was I scribbled some path in whatever color I wanted to using the paintbrush. And this red ball is going to follow that, and that's the better way to do the gumball assignment. Now how do you connect them? Well, let's see if you remember. At the very beginning, you try to connect the red ball to that little green line, okay? And then, so right there, I connected it to the green line. Then later on, I connect it to the bottom. Other things you might notice, do you notice here the ball's at the beginning, but I don't do any tweening there because I don't want that ball to move. I only want that ball to move after the first one drops all the way down. So you notice the second one doesn't start really doing anything until that ball is down at the ground. If you made this one go at the same time, it'd be kind of stupid. So you want to try to stagger them. So you've seen me use that trick before where I start one of them, just like we did in the opening. I don't start the next one until a little bit later. Now, here's how the second one looks, and this one's going to follow the path. All right, so isn't that cool? That's the way you should have your gumball work if you want a better mark. It should be some sort of path that you're going to follow. Now, we're not done. To make this look more professional, the gumball should not start working until I say so. So you notice here on my screen right now, the gumball is not working. When I press the button, the first one drops. That's kind of like the bad way. The second one follows a curved pattern. Okay? So how did I do that? First of all, to make the gumball machine not start at the very beginning, I make another layer called Actions, and in there I put one word, stop. Okay? So it stopped, and then when I press on this button, I tell it to play. Now play keeps playing until it hits another stop. Surprise, surprise, there's the next stop. The next stop is just before the red ball drops. So I bet you there's one word in here, and all it says is stop. Okay, so now the computer stopped, and I'll show you this again. So it's running, and then it stops. Okay, now it's waiting for me to press this button again to press play, and I do. But there's one little glitch. It goes back to the beginning. So I'm going to add one more stop right about here at 40. I'm going to press F6. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to type in the word stop. And now we have basically a full animated, sort of sophisticated gumball machine. So you've got your design. Of course, you're going to draw something a lot prettier than this. But now you tell me when to make it go. And then it goes like that. Okay? Other features you could add. See this button here? You could take this button and put it somewhere near the middle of the machine so that it looks like a little knob that you're rotating to make the gum come out of the machine. Also, when you put it near the machine, you could have it be like a movie inside a movie so it twirls. Now, I'm not going to show you all these little extras. That's how you get the extra marks. But I'm giving you at least the basic idea of how, from beginning to end now, you can create your opening, go to your next scene, and make sort of a basic idea of a gumball machine.